Where did your life really begin? Was it the moment you were born, taking your first breath? Or was it at conception when a single cell carried the spark of your existence? Maybe it was when your parents met, or even earlier, when your grandparents passed down the gift of life. But what if your story goes much deeper? What if your life didn't start with you, or your parents, or even your ancestors? What if it began billions of years ago, when the universe itself was born? Imagine for a second that every atom in your body, every breath you take, and every beat of your heart carries the history of the cosmos. You are more than just alive. You are the product of billions of years of cosmic evolution. From stardust to human form, your existence is a link in a never-ending chain, stretching back to the very beginning of time. Today, let's explore that journey together. We're going to trace the story of your life, not just from your birth, but from the very birth of the universe itself. Before we dive in, if you're ready to see yourself as part of something far bigger, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're about to uncover something truly extraordinary, your infinite connection to the cosmos. Let's step back for a moment. If your life were a book, where does your chapter begin? Most people say it starts with a single moment, the union of sperm and egg. But let's rewind even further. Before you were born, your parents carried the building blocks of your existence in their very cells, shaped by the genes passed down from their ancestors. And those genes, they go back not just a few generations, but millions of years, to creatures long before humans ever walked the earth. But we're still not there. Go further back, before mammals, before any animals, even before the first single-celled organisms. The story of your life begins in the oceans, with a tiny spark of life that emerged billions of years ago, when simple molecules first came together to form life. It wasn't a random event. It was the universe, driven by forces beyond comprehension, beginning the long journey of evolution. Now ask yourself, can we really pinpoint the moment when your life began? Or are you simply a continuation of an unbroken cycle, an eternal chain of cause and effect, stretching all the way back to the birth of the universe? You are not an isolated event. You are a ripple in a cosmic wave, a wave that started billions of years ago and continues flowing through you right now. Take a moment to let that sink in. Your life is part of a cycle far grander than anything you've ever imagined. But there's more. Let's go beyond biology for a moment. Every atom in your body is ancient. The carbon in your cells, the oxygen in your lungs, the iron in your blood. These elements were forged in stars, stars that burned brightly long before our planet even existed. Those stars exploded in supernovas, scattering their life-giving elements across the universe. These atoms didn't just disappear, they traveled, merged with gas clouds, and eventually became part of you. In a very real way, you are made of stars. Remember what Carl Sagan, the famous scientist and astronomer, said, "We are star stuff." When you breathe, eat, or simply exist, you're participating in an eternal cycle, matter and energy that has always been here, transforming and evolving, never created or destroyed. If that blows your mind, hit the like button. It's a small way to say wow to the universe itself. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. This cosmic cycle didn't just create matter, it created awareness, and that's where your story becomes even more extraordinary. At some point in this universe's long journey, the matter that was once just stars and atoms became conscious. You are the universe becoming aware of itself. Think about that for a moment. After billions of years of evolution, matter reached a point where it could think, dream, and reflect. You are the universe experiencing itself through your consciousness. What is consciousness, and where did it come from? Some scientists suggest that consciousness emerges when complexity reaches a tipping point. When billions of neurons come together in your brain, awareness is born. Your thoughts, emotions, memories, they are not separate from the universe. They are the universe thinking about itself. But this idea isn't new. Ancient traditions, like Eastern philosophies, believe that consciousness is not just a product of matter. It's fundamental to the very fabric of the universe. You are not merely a brain generating awareness. You are awareness itself. You are the universe experiencing and reflecting on its own infinite nature through you. Think about it. If your consciousness is part of this universal process, then what does that say about your connection to everything around you? Take a moment and let that sink in. If consciousness is eternal, then could it too be part of the unbroken cycle of the cosmos? Could you be connected to something timeless? And now, let's take this one step further. What about death? If the atoms in your body are eternal and your consciousness is tied to the cosmos, then what does that say about life and death? Most of us think of life as a straight line: birth, life, and then death. But what if this is all an illusion? What if life and death are simply two parts of an eternal cycle, like the inhale and exhale of the universe? Think about it. When your body reaches the end of its journey, the matter that makes you doesn't disappear. It transforms. You return to the earth, nourishing the soil, becoming part of new life. The energy within you follows the same laws of physics. It can't be destroyed. It only changes form. This is how the universe works. When a tree falls, it decomposes, feeding the ground, creating the foundation for new growth. The same is true for stars. When they die, their elements are scattered across the cosmos, creating the building blocks for new stars, planets, and even new life. The idea of death as an end is a human construct. In reality, everything is part of a cycle of transformation, not destruction. Now, where does this story end? Or should I say, where does it begin? The most famous origin story we know is the Big Bang. About 13.8 billion years ago, the universe emerged from a single point of infinite density, a singularity. It expanded, giving birth to space, time, and all the matter we see around us today. Everything, from the stars above to the atoms in your body, can be traced back to that moment. But here's the kicker. The Big Bang didn't create matter or energy. It transformed it. According to the laws of physics, matter and energy can't be created or destroyed. They simply change form. Everything in the universe, including you, was here in some form from the very beginning. Now, take it a step further. Could the Big Bang have been just one chapter in a much larger, infinite story? Some scientists suggest our universe is just one of many in a vast multiverse, with each universe going through cycles of birth, transformation, and death. What was before the Big Bang? Quantum physics suggests that even nothing is filled with energy, constantly fluctuating, creating potential for new realities. Could these fluctuations have sparked the birth of our universe? And if so, what sparked them? In the end, the question remains, is there really a beginning, or are we all simply part of an eternal cycle? One that the human mind tries to understand but can never fully grasp. The truth is, you've always existed. Not as the same person, but as part of the never-ending flow of the universe. The atoms, energy, and consciousness that make you you are part of a cosmic process that has always been, and it always will be. If this journey has inspired new thoughts, let us know in the comments. How do you view your place in this eternal cycle? Together, we'll keep uncovering the wonders of the universe, from the stars above to the consciousness within.